Hi everyone, welcome to today's video. Today I'm going to be making over things that I just have around, but let's just not waste any time and just get into it. So I have this little jewelry box I got from a thrift store about 3 years ago. It's been so plain for so long, I've just been wanting to customize it just forever, and I finally have come up with an idea that I really like. I took out the handles and adding on some daisies, just my paint pen, just kind of getting the overall shape of what I want, and then I'll go over with just normal paint to kind of make it look more like it's the hand painted look, which you can see I'm doing now. I did go for a slightly more creamer color because I feel like daisies aren't super bright white. And I kind of wanted to just make it kind of creamier. I just was going for that kind of look, and then adding on some black in the center just to add some shading and more detail to make them look like they're really popping out. Then I'm going to be adding the inside yellow pollen, and you can see my head keeps popping in and out because I was going for pretty detailed. So just adding the yellow and the flowers, going and doing every single side, and just moving on to the other side. And now I'm going to be painting on some vines, which tied it all together literally. And I'm just using different shades of green, kind of mixing it on my brush as I go. Just kind of going for that hand painted look, like I said earlier. Just going over the entire thing, try to connect the daisies all together. And then I'm going to be adding some black kind of shadows to make it pop against the wood, and just kind of make it look like it has a shadow underneath. It's not just like a printed on kind of thing. And I added a little much. I went over some of it later. Now I'm going to be working on this little piece of paper I had in the front of it. The glass actually broke that was originally in it, so I've cut out this little piece of paper that I'm just going to be painting on some grass and a nice blue sky. And then I'm going to be adding some little flowers, and as well as a horse, because I love horses. I like to ride them or just hang out with them. I just think they're so beautiful, and just kind of getting the overall shape of a horse. Then adding some brown to the edges, try to make it match the jewelry box. And then I'm going to be adding some daisies just in the corners to really match the jewelry box. I don't want it to look like somebody just threw in a painting. I want it to really match, and if I one day want to change the painting, I can just pop this right out and I can always change it up, fix it up. And then I'm going to be adding some Mod Podge onto the entire jewelry box and trying to get in every single crevice because the paint did chip a little bit on here, so the Mod Podge really helps to seal it in and give it a little bit of shine. And I'm as well going to be adding the same Mod Podge onto my little painting I did on that paper. I did use pretty thick paper so it didn't warp or anything, which was very helpful. So you can see I'm just going to be doing that right now just to seal it in and make it kind of match with the other one. Now I'm going to be popping it into the actual jewelry box as well as the handles. Also, I got caught. I did this in June, but here's the before and the after. It's not a crazy makeover. I didn't paint the entire thing, but I still really like it. Also, the paint kind of adds some texture because I did use a little bit of a thicker paint, which I don't normally do, and I think it came out really cool. I love the daisy pattern as well as our little horsey. I matched the wood actually pretty good, which is surprising. I didn't think I would. And now I'm going to be customizing these little salt and pepper shaker bear things that I got from a thrift store, I think for about $3. I'm not really sure, but they are very cute, and this one's little salt and pepper thing keeps popping out. It's kind of annoying, but I don't really know what I'm going to do to fix that, so I'm just going to ignore it for now. And just point out that they are salt and pepper shakers. They do have little 2 holes on the top. They are really cute though, but they do have some messy paint jobs on the back. I don't know if that's from the originals, or Maybe these were in somebody's kitchen and they got paint on them. I don't really know, but they were gross. I did wash them. And also this little basket that came in was really cute. I loved it. It was so cute. And let's get into just working on these little bears, which I originally thought were cats, but I'm going with some air dry clay, forming a little bow to cover up the holes because I don't want these to be salt and pepper shakers anymore. So I'm just going to be making a little bow to hide the holes on top of the head, which was kind of finicky. I'd never used this specific air dry clay before, but it did work out pretty well, and it came out pretty good in the end. I'm quite happy with this little bow, but I didn't want a bow for both of them, so I made a bow for this one, and then for the other one, I just kind of filled in the holes. It did work out in the end. There was no holes after I painted. But I'm just going over with some gesso just to prime them and paint over that clay in the blue spot so my paint can cover really well and I don't have to do a ton of layers, and also to help the paint stick properly because these are quite the smooth ceramic surface, so I made sure to put a nice generous coat of gesso over them. And then I'm going to be painting them with kind of a creamish, brownish kind of color. At first I thought it was a really light cream, but then when I compared it to white, it turned out kind of be quite tan. I don't really know what this color is, but I decided to go over it on the girl bear. And then I'm going to be doing the same for the other bear. Which this one's a bit lighter. I didn't really mean to do that, but you know. And then going to be doing a second coat for the both of them to really build up that color because I really wanted the color to be very opaque and not have any of that old color coming through. So I did 2 coats on the both of them, and then I had to mix some more up. Just making some of that. I don't know why I showed it on camera, but then I'm going to be going over the other bear just to get a nice base color, and then I'm going to be kind of adding some brownish colors, which you can see is in my palette. I decided to go for like a cream and brown color, which I thought was kind of cool because I really like the white of the originals, but I feel like bears are normally brown besides like polar bears, so I decided to kind of go with both of the colors. This one ended up kind of looking like a Siamese cat bear thing, which I was not going for. And then this one, it looks kind of weird, and then it looks like it had hair on its head. It was just really weird, so I decided, you know what, I'm just gonna work on adding the pink to the bow, which I made way too bright because I kind of wanted to add some blue in to match the basket. So I decided to go for a brighter pink because the blue is quite bright, which this bright pink looks so ugly against this. I love bright pink, but not for this. Then I added some blue on it. It was just looked so ugly. I was getting kind of frustrated, so I decided to put them down and just go over the color. Kind of mix the colors together, and I like this color way more. Oh, it looks so much better. And also going over the other bear as well with this nice color, which is kind of like a tannish color. It just looks so much nicer of a color. Then I'm going to be adding on some of the pink details in a lighter pink, which looks a lot better than that original bright pink. It just looks way better. And then I'm going to be adding some like pink to the nose and a little bit of rosy cheeks to it because she kind of looks like a girly little bear. Adding some pink in the ears, and then I'm going to be working on the other bear, adding some pink in the ears, little pink toes. Then I'm going to be adding on the blue bow tie because it's kind of like a boy and girl, adding some blue eyes into the both of them. Then we'll be going for some like blue kind of blobby heart dots on the bows and just kind of trying to tie them together. And he has the opposite. He has pink on his. Then I'm going to be using this paint pen to add some fur details to make him look all furry, like a little teddy bear which came out pretty cool. And then I decided to do the same kind of thing on the other bear. And I don't know, I like this little fur detail. I think it adds more character to them. Instead of just being a plain tan bear, it has other little details and stuff. And then I'm going to be glazing the both of them with the same Mod Podge, except for I went for glossy for this one to make them look more glossy. Because these were kind of like glossy before since they're ceramic, so I wanted them extra glossy. And then for the basket, I'm going to be gluing on some little bows, which match the pink, the blue, and the beige tan color, and here they are. They are so cute. I love how the bows on them look and how they look in general. I'm going to name the girl bear Becca. I don't know, it just seems like a funny name. And the boy bear Bill. Just Bill. I don't know why I find that so funny. They kind of look like they're really old. I don't know. Also, her thing's still falling out. And, wait, what is that? What is that? It's a secret message. What? So I decided to use the inside of these to store a little message. I don't know, I thought it'd be cool. I'm not going to be sharing it on camera though, so if you ever see these, you can open up the message. It's not that big of a message, but you know. And here are the two items. I'm happy with these items and how they came out, and I hope you do too. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye everyone!